All right, so the new Blood Moon event's in Dead by Daylight, and I really have no idea what they were thinking when they greenlit this game mode. Basically, the survivors got a new mechanic compared to last year, which I think is pretty cool. The blood generators. It's a decent concept. I think there are more interesting things they could have done, but I do like the fact that they're at least trying something different. However, Killers got nothing new at all. In fact, they actually took away the mechanics from last year. So they don't even get anything new. They actually lose this year because last year you could put down the blood basins, and when you're in that zone, your lunge would be doubled. You know, your recovery would be doubled too, but it was like a give or take type thing. They just got rid of those completely, put in the blood generators, and never gave the killer a new mechanic for this game mode, which really doesn't make any sense at all, especially considering there's 4 blood generators on the map, and these generators get done probably 2 times faster than a regular generator, which is honestly crazy. And no generator perks apply to these at all. Any perk, if you type in a generator in the perk description, none of those perks work at all. So no gearhead, no corrupt intervention, no discordance, no surveillance, no nothing. If any of the perk description reads gen, it's not gonna work. So the regression on it's just not great. It takes like probably 50 seconds to fill it up, and then once you kick it, it takes probably like 6 straight minutes for it to hit 0. So it's just a huge nerf to Killer. I really don't know what they were thinking. I still play it just because the blood points, and it also actually forces me to try different perks on Huntress, because, you know, I always use the same 4 perks. I've been using the same 4 perks for like a year and a half now. But I actually do play this game mode, even though it is much harder for Killer, just because it forces me to switch out my perks. So I normally use Lethal Pursuer, Gearhead, Barbecue and Chili, and Nowhere to Hide. Well, 2 of those perks, Gearhead and Nowhere to Hide, don't work pretty much in this game mode. So, you know, I'm switching it out, trying different aura readings. I've been trying Floods of Rage, which I'm actually not that big of a fan of. I've been trying Darkness Revealed, which I'm also not that big of a fan of. But I've also just been trying out non-aura reading perks because of it. So even though a lot of the perks I do want to try out, like Coup de Grace, I think could be decent on Huntress for whenever you're forced to M1, you can't really use Coup de Grace in this game mode because blood generators popping don't give you tokens for Coup de Grace, so you're just shit out of luck in that department. I will say, though, there's a few killers, well, actually 3 killers in particular, that are really insane in this game mode. I'm not a Sadako fan myself. I really don't play her too much. She does have this devastating effect where if a survivor is holding her VHS tape, she can't grab jerry cans. So if you play Sadako or Singularity on this game mode, you're probably going to stomp every single match. With Sadako, you really have to make sure that you're constantly spamming your teleport, so that way you're building up Condemned fast, so that way they're forced to grab tapes, right? But I've been doing that a lot. I've been getting a lot of Condemned kills because survivors just refuse to grab tapes so they can try and slam the generators, and it just doesn't work. So I've been having a lot of fun with her. And yeah, so that's the one benefit, really. But overall, this event kind of, I don't know, it's just not it for killers. If you are a killer and you don't care about the blood points, there's really no reason to play it at all whatsoever. It's literally just a much more difficult game mode where you can't use 70, 80, 90% of the perks that you normally use. So yeah, I do like playing it, though, like I said, just because it forces me to try different perks. So that's something, I guess. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about that real quick. It's very unfortunate that we didn't get a new mechanic for killers. You know, they could have thought of something, anything, but instead they just decided to remove what we had from last year and give us nothing in return this year. I guess the new mechanic we got, stomping out a jerry can, but the survivor has to put that down, and there's no reason for them to put a jerry can down because when they put it down, it loses blood anyways. So you're pretty much incentivized to never put it down for the most part. So you'll never be kicking those. But yeah, that does it for this one. I kind of wanted to just rant about this game mode. And yeah, that does it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one.